Welcome back. This is the phase, spectrum of the SSBSC. In order to go into deep discussion, why SSBSC employed here, because the required transmission bandwidth equal to the twice of the message signal, twice of the message bandwidth. So the both the cases means AM and DSBSC, the both the cases we require the 2 FM as a bandwidth. In order to reduce that bandwidth requirement, we designed SSBSC. So, but the um, two sidebands. Why? Because we want to send a single sideband means the both the upper and lower sidebands are symmetrical matter. Okay, the same information consists in these two sidebands. So there is no any information loss um, in the um, it means the overlapping or removing the one sideband. By removing this sideband, we reduce the bandwidth. So this is the comparison of the spectrum for the DSBSC and SSBSC. So this is the this is the spectrum of the DSBSC wave. This is the spectrum of the SSBSC wave. Means the lower sidebands, it means any one of the sideband is suppressed here. In this case, the lower sideband is suppressed in this figure. Okay. This is the spectrum of the message wave, spectrum of the message signal. So this message signal has a limited limited interval. Generally here that intervals denoted by W. So minus W to plus W, that frequency varies. This is the W represents the frequency ranges. It means the angular frequency, whatever it is, denoted by the omega also. Okay. Here the DSBSC is obtained by the multiplying the M of t and carrier wave. That is the figure 4. In this is the spectrum of the DSBSC. This is the spectrum of the message wave, and this is the spectrum of the DSBSC wave. Now in SSB, we consider only LSB. The output spectrum is like this. If you want to send only USB, the output spectrum is like this, because this message is divided into two sidebands. Because of we adding the carrier, high frequency carrier, to that carrier, with the multiplying with the or message signal. That's why the spectrum will be like here, the same information, but it divides into two sidebands. So in this part, this is the USB part, this is the LSB part. USB part, sorry, LSB port, USB port. Okay, so these two are the spectrum of the SSB signal for the LSB and USB respectively. Okay, so coming to the generation of the single sideband suppressor carrier technique SSB, there are two types. One is frequency discrimination method. For the generation of SSB signal, the upper sideband uh, or the lower sideband, whatever it may be, generally commonly used technique is SSB-SC, as generally send the upper sideband only. Okay, in some cases lower, send the lower LSB LSB also, but in maximum cases in SSB only upper sideband will be transmitted. Okay, so here the most severe requirement of the SSB generation arises from the unwanted sideband, the nearest component which is separated from the desired sideband by the twice the lowest frequency component of the message signal. It implies that for the generation of SSB wave to be possible, the message spectrum must have an energy gap entered into the origin. It's in figure 7. This requirement is naturally satisfied by the voice signal whose energy gap is about 600 Hz wide. Okay, this is about the a small clarification about the overlapping because when we sent only a single sideband, automatically we discussed about this bandwidth in previous sessions. God band is discussed because why this God band is employed, the overlapping of the coherent or adjacent channels, the overlapping will be reduced to this using the God band. So if we want to send the only single sideband, there may be a distance between um, these two these two these two there may be a chance to involving in other involving in other signals or adjacent channel signals. That is the clarification given here. The nearest component is separated from the desired band by the twice the lowest frequency component. Okay, so in this way the 600 hertz energy gap will be introduced because of effective generation of the SSB. So that is possible in the frequency discrimination method or filter method. Okay, it consists a product modulator which produces DSBSC signal. Simply this is the block, this is a block, wait, this is the block, this is the product modulator. You write this in this way also. But this is the block block diagram, product modulator PM. So one input is product modulator message signal, another one is the oscillator. The output is DSBSC signal. That DSBSC signal is fed to the band pass filter. It means this is also called sideband filter. After output of the band pass filter, SSB signal will be received because the particular band, the frequencies upper band, we want send SSB upper side band. Uh, so we tune the filter for that frequency range only. It is simply passes that upper sideband frequencies and omits the remaining all the frequencies. In this way, SSB will be generated in this frequency discrimination method. Okay. So we know, we are also simply write the derivations also, because we know the what is message signal, what is carrier signal. You just simplify the both the signals, you just multiply the both the signals. So that is the m of t into c of t. It means m of t into cos 2 pi fct to into 2 pi fct. So that is the time domain description equation. In similar way, that is the in the case of the frequency domain representation, it shows as am ac by 2 cos 2 pi cos fc plus fm into t and plus am by ac into cos 2 cos 2 to fc minus fm into 2. So in the two terms, any one term will be present at the output because of our need. Depends upon our need and tuning of the band pass filter. Okay. This is about the generation of the SS-based signal. Is some points here which I just read out and try to explain. Applications of this method requires the message signal satisfies two conditions. The message signal has no low frequency content, example speech, audio, music. The highest frequency component of omega of the message signal m of t is less than the carrier frequency fc. So this is the common point. The message signal always low frequency signal, but in this case the single in this SSB generation, the message signal the message signal does not consist low frequency content. Generally it is used for video transmission, I think. Okay. So very low frequency contents or very low frequency message signals are not possible to successfully transmitted using this technique. The high frequency component of the message signal is much less than the carrier frequency. So it is the simple point we already discussed earlier. The carrier frequency is greater than the message signal. Then under these conditions, the desired sideband will be appear in non-overlapping interval in the spectrum, such a way in that it may be selected in an appropriate filter. We already discussed this point also. The energy gap between these two sidebands, because of overlapping the sidebands or overlapping the frequencies avoid because of this message signal. Means low frequency content is not no low frequency content in the message signal lies the effective transmission. If low frequency content is much more in the message signal, then it is chance to overlapping the frequencies. In designing the band pass filter, the following requirement should be satisfied. So the band pass filter conditions are discussed here. The pass band of the filter occupies the same frequency range as the spectrum of the desired SSB modulated waves. So the what spectrum we want at the output side for the SSB SC generation, that frequency range that frequency range only setted here. That's range will be so both the matches, the effective information modulated information will be present at the output side. If any deviation in that frequency range for the both the spectrum and the at the filter type, there are some part of the sideband will present output and remaining will be may loss. So the width of the guardband of the filter separating the pass band from the stop band, where the unwanted sideband of the filter input lies, is twice the lowest frequency component of the message signal. So this is the discussed point, because the guardband every mm, a band every between the every band, there there is a small band that is called guard band, because of separating the different pass bands. Okay, so mm, there is a guard band between the different pass bands, because when the pass band means what we want actually, uh, what frequencies actually we want to uh, passes through the filter, that is the pass band. And stop band means, for example, a 20 kilohertz to 20 to 20 kilohertz we set in the band pass filter, that only the pass band, that frequency range is considered as pass band. Remaining beyond the below the 20 hertz and above the 20 kilohertz frequencies are all considered as stop band. Okay, between this pass band and the stop band, the continuously these these frequencies are fed to the band pass filter. Sometimes pass band signal appears and sometimes stop band signal appears. So between these pass time and stop band signals, there must be a need to employ a guard band also. Okay, that is the discussion point here. So this is another approach, the generation of SSB wave for the different stages. In above figure, there is a single stage generation. This is the two stage of modulation. Product modulator 1, band pass filter. The output is S1 of T. It means the single. And again, this input and another carrier will be multiplied and again fed to the band pass filter SSP wave. It means the better modulation and better of means what it means, the effect too, it means we send only a single band. It means we send only a single band. If any a small information we missed, then it may be a big loss to us. It may be a chance to big loss to us. That's why they very much very most take very most care will be taken while generating the SSP. That's why using very uh, we discussed the points about that filter section. We discussed the point about the um, modulator section also, because we send only a single sideband. In case of AM, there are carrier and upper sideband, lower sideband. If so, in any sideband, if any information missed, that automatically retrieved in another sideband also. But here there is no chance. We send only a limited. It means the only single sideband. If the miss the actual information signal in that band information, the particular band actual information, there is no chance to retrieve at the receiver side successfully. That's why again and again the two stages frequency discrimination also employed here. So coming to the conclusion, filter method or frequency discrimination method, the generation of SSB are two types. One is frequency discrimination method or filter method. Another one is phase discrimination method. So here we discussed about the frequency discrimination method. This is the basic block diagram of the frequency discrimination method. So in this a product modulator employed here, the product modulator output is DSBSC signal. A single sideband SSBSC is the only DSBSC signal fed to the band pass filter. That is the simple technique. So first of all, we generate a DSBSC signal using product modulator M of t and C of t. The product of M of t and C of t will be present at the output side of the product modulator. That is considered DSBSC signal. In the DSBSC signal, there are two terms. One is upper sideband and another one is lower sideband. In the two sidebands, we want to only one sideband. That other sideband, unwanted sideband, will be eliminated by the band pass filter, because the what sideband we require, that frequency range is tuned here in this band pass filter. That's why remaining all frequency bands are eliminated by this filter. So output of this band pass filter is SSB modulated wave. So the filter method or frequency discrimination method. Here the wide frequency discrimination method it is called, means, or filter method means, here the filter is the playing vital role. That's why it is called filter method. In other case, frequency discrimination is done at in this filter, means the frequency discrimination means that what frequencies we require, that frequencies only allowed to this filter. Remaining all frequencies are suppressed here. It means the band pass filter acts as a discriminator, means it discriminates the frequencies what passes through that and what are not that. That's why this is the frequency discrimination method. Okay, here this is the final conclusion of the generation of the SSBSC using frequency discrimination method. I hope you understand. Next session we discussed the another technique, that is phase discrimination method. Okay, thank you very much.